Hi, Maria here. Welcome to my channel. Today I want to share with you just a few compliment getters. So these are fragrances that I have gotten compliments on fairly regularly in the past couple of months. So anytime that I have put them on, they've gotten me a compliment every time. So I can't wait to share them with you. But before I get started, if you haven't subscribed, just go ahead and hit that button. Join the Weird Wonderful family. It would be amazing to have you part of the community. And let's get into this. The first fragrance I want to talk about is called Prodigy by Mind Games. Now this fragrance, Mind Games fragrances in general are really rather pricey. So this one was gifted to me. I absolutely love this. So I got it from soavantgarde.com. Everything will be linked down below. I had never tried a Mind Games fragrance, so I wasn't sure what to expect. And this is primarily a rose fragrance. There's patchouli in there. It's kind of your woody rose fragrance. There's lots of different woody rose fragrances out there, but what makes this one kind of special and stand out is there's a little bit of a, and this isn't new either, there's a creamy latte note in here, as well as kind of a bitter note in here from, I believe, the Longoza flower is what creates that bitterness. So you've got sandalwood, vanilla, blonde woods. So it's that woody rose fragrance that's become very popular. This one is really neat because it's got kind of a creaminess to it. The reason why I wanted to mention it was because first of all, this is an extremely potent fragrance. I didn't realize just how potent these fragrances were. I tried it on the skin and whatnot, but I decided to wear it out. And it was really cold the day I went out, and I literally went crazy with the sprays. So crazy being probably about 10 sprays altogether. I could smell it, and it was actually a little overwhelming. So I would never do 10 sprays again. In fact, I did 2 sprays and that's enough for me. So it's a very, very potent fragrance. So as far as it lasting a long time, 2 sprays, I could smell those 2 sprays for hours and hours and hours. So the longevity and everything is amazing on this. The projection is amazing. I had to go see my friend. I was just dropping something off, but he is very, very sensitive to fragrance. He's allergic to a lot of different things. And I was just horrified because I'm like, oh no, he's going to smell this and it's going to set off his allergies and he's going to be disgusted. And so I was trying to stand quite a ways away from him. And then finally, I was embarrassed because I could smell myself so strong. And it's a nice smell, but still, I know he's sensitive, so I wasn't even thinking. And so I said to him, I am so sorry. I put on a lot of this fragrance. I wasn't thinking. I'm sorry if it's bothering you. And he goes, actually, I can smell it. And I thought, oh no. And then he goes, and I really like it. He doesn't like fragrance. And he goes, that's a very beautiful feminine fragrance. So I was completely shocked because normally he'd be disgusted. And the other thing is, it didn't bother his allergies at all. And like, it was major sprays. So this fragrance is pretty freaking amazing. Like, the fact that it didn't bother his allergies blew my mind. Like, I'm sure he could never wear it, but he was able to tolerate it, and he actually liked the scent. I've only worn it a few times, but the other time I wore it, I can't remember what the scenario was. I put this on and it was like, what are you wearing? So this one, it's definitely a compliment getter. It's very rich and luxurious smelling. So if you only want one rose woody fragrance, this might be the way to go. I love rose fragrances, so I don't mind having many in my collection, but this is actually really, really, really beautiful. And I was just blown away that it didn't bug my friend's hyper sensitivity to fragrance. Another fragrance that always gets me compliments is Malow. It's sweet, it's feminine, it's floral, definitely. There's violet in here, there's some orange blossom, there's some raspberry. I've talked about this one enough, but seriously, as far as having a really beautiful signature scent fragrance that smells classy, put together. Not everybody is into rose. This one's like a very light, fruity floral. It's just pleasant. I find this to be really uplifting as well. So I just love this fragrance. It smells classy, feminine, put together. It's not too in your face, but it does leave a beautiful trail. So love this one. Often when I wear this fragrance, I'll get a compliment. I don't get tons of compliments. Definitely the ones that stand out are the ones I'm bringing to you today. Another one that always gets me compliments that also has violet or iris is Barakkat Satin Oud by Maison Alhamra. I've had many of you weigh in and lots of you feel that Barakkat Satin Oud by Maison Fragrance World is better than this one. So I'm just mentioning that. This is like Oud Satin Mood or similar to Oud Satin Mood by MFK. This one has a little bit more of a fruity component, but you're still getting kind of that violet rose oud type combo. I'm realizing lots of these have rose, but for whatever reason, they're getting me the compliments. So this, oftentimes when I wear it again, someone's going to comment about it smelling really, really good. Like that's usually, and it smells opulent. Like this one smells super rich, but there's a sensuality to this one that is just like, it's a sexy fragrance. The other ones, they're daytime appropriate. You can kind of wear them whenever you want, but this one feels a little bit more sensual and sexy. So really, really enjoy wearing this one. I actually find this one really settling, especially in the winter. So even wearing this during the day, it just makes me feel good. It makes me feel grounded. It makes me feel kind of cozy, but it's super opulent and rich. So absolutely love this one. And the last one is Rose Amaïd by Atelier des Ors. This is a different type of rose fragrance than Prodigy. Prodigy is less sweet and more rose wood. There is a little bit of that creamy latte. There's a little bit of bitterness in that. So Prodigy by Mind Games, very, very unsweetened rose wood combination with a little bit of vanilla, but it's still not very sweet. You get that rose and that wood, but it's sweet wouldn't be the way I would describe it. This one is more of that jammy rose, also with wood. Now this rose has some raspberry and some red berries. There's a little bit of tartness in this. And when I was talking about fragrances that I still enjoy, but I wouldn't repurchase, Elie Saab Le Parfum Royal, it is that jammy rose oud with some spice. This would be the one that would replace it for me. So this one has better longevity. It's a little bit sweeter and the patchouli is a little bit more pared down, even though this does have that patchouli. There's gaiac wood, there's oud in this one as well. There's sandalwood, so lots of woodiness going on. This has brown sugar as well, so it's sweet, slightly tart with the pink pepper and the raspberries. And then, of course, the rose. So this just keeps developing on the skin, getting more and more jammy, more and more sweet. And this would be, to me, an elevated version of something like a Roses Vanille, or even something like a Jardin de Misfa, where you're getting like a sweet, almost tart rose. This one's a little less sweet than that, but there is a slight tart component to this one. So when I put this on, I got just another comment of, what are you wearing? And then I went to a work meeting thing, like a lunch meeting, and I wasn't thinking, and I put on quite a lot. Like I didn't go crazy, but I put, I don't know, probably 4 sprays on. And so I go into the restaurant, I sit down, and instantly one of them went, what are you wearing? And so, yeah, and their comment was, smells so rich and beautiful. So anyway, this one definitely gets me the compliments. It's just a gorgeous woody rose. Honestly, out of all 3 of these, my favorite would be this one, which is $20. So I really, really love this one, but you have to like violet. If you're wanting something super duper luxurious, either of these are amazing. And like I said, all of them get me compliments. I would say though that as far as a versatile fragrance, something that you can wear all year round, signature scent worthy, works in the office, works for special occasions, would be Malow. So if you want a compliment getter that's a little bit of a splurge, I would definitely choose this. I love this. But all of these, I would say every one of them is not blind buy safe. So definitely better to get a sample, but all of them get me compliments. And you know what? I'm not one of those ones that goes, I don't want compliments. I love compliments. Like, who doesn't love compliments? It's always fun to be complimented. So I don't live for the compliments, so I won't wear them just because I get compliments, but if I get a compliment, man, it's a bonus and I like it even more. So that's my experience. If you've tried any of these fragrances, please weigh in, say whether you get compliments on them or not. And if you have other compliment getters that you just think are amazing, please leave them in the comments, because that's always a good sign. You know, you don't want to wear a fragrance where someone goes, what is that? Like, I feel like there's some fragrances that I put on, like Amouage Sunshine Woman would be one of them where I love it, but or Elop, I love it, but I feel a little bit self-conscious when I wear it because I'm like, do I smell weird? Because they are a little bit different. So these are ones that if you go out in public, people are going to be happy year around. So that is it. I hope you have an amazing week, and we'll talk to you soon.